Namaste and greetings. This is Miss Amanda with Yoga Now. We're up here at Wanderlust, Vermont, up on Stratton Mountain, enjoying the mountain breeze and getting to talk to some top names in yoga. Our next guest is Jordan Mallah, who is a yoga therapist, and he's a writer for the Huffington Post. He's written a Peruvian community cookbook and is here helping people get your life aligned. So welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great, great. And so your life aligned is your yoga therapeutics mission.
Yeah, it's more of a way for people to find deep transformation in their lives. So rather than just do, let's say, yoga asana or poses on the mat, after 15 years of experimenting with all of that, I realized, wow, that gets you, a fit body and a clear mind. But there's other components that also empower you to find more freedom in your life, like eating well and finding purpose in your life and offering back. So Your Life Aligned basically took all the elements that I found really allow and empower people to find great shifts in their life, to connect to their essence and truly find freedom in their lives. And I created a methodology that really celebrates that and teaches people in a methodical way how to do that.
Okay. So just in short, to say your life aligned, has anyone asked you your life aligned with what?
Yeah, so it's your life aligned with what ultimately you deeply desire. So your life aligned, it doesn't fit a certain mold. It's not like you have to do it this way or that way. Your life aligned means that you actually create what you've always dreamed of. So what my job is, and the job of my team and all the people that work for me, is to simply empower people to live the life of their dreams, the life that you've always dreamed of.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's fun.
Awesome. So how does the regular person watching this know if their life, what are some clues that your life isn't aligned?
Yeah, that's a great question. It could really start simply when you open your eyes in the morning. Do you open your eyes in the morning and say, sweet, it's Monday morning and I cannot wait to get this week rocking and rolling? Or do you wake up Monday morning and say, oh my goodness, I can't believe that the person I'm laying next to is this person, and I can't believe I have to go to work right now, and all these other things. So when your life is aligned, you wake up in the morning, you jump out of bed, you feel great, you feel inspired, and basically your life is aligned when you're just in the flow, when everything seems to align in ways that support and enhance the beauty of life.
Great. And I'm not going to ask you to give up your whole methodology, but what is, a common first step for people who want to get their life aligned?
Yeah, a first step would really be to get really clear on their intention. So unless you have a very specific target that you're aiming at, or you are very clearly know clearly about where you want to go, then there's really no way to move in that direction. So the very first step is we would sit down and start to really discover, well, where is it you want to go in your life? What is it you want to create? Are there ways that you really need to shift your life to find more beauty, to find more light? So basically the first thing is, let's find out what you want to create, what your intentions are. Let's very skillfully articulate them and then make a roadmap to move in that direction.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So, and this is a sort of life coaching or yoga therapy or both?
It combines everything. So if you have an injury, it may be required that we work on that injury to help you be out of pain, which will help you get clear on where you want to go in your life. Or if you're just not totally satisfied with a relationship, it may be that you need to feel more comfortable with yourself so you can be more comfortable with the other person in order to communicate more clearly with them and make the relationship work. So there's many different components to it. A lot of people actually don't have purpose in their life. So maybe it's just simply that you need to find a way to add purpose into your life. You need to offer something to other people, volunteer at a soup kitchen, or take a trip somewhere for a week and unplug and really reevaluate everything. So it's a whole wide variety of things.
Now, how did you, kind of stepping into your story for a moment, how did you align your life and find your purpose?
That's a really great question. I studied business when I was in college, and every summer while I was studying business in college, I took trips and lived overseas, mostly in Africa. And when I finished school, I went overseas for 2 years and traveled mostly around Africa doing various service projects. I came back to America and I had a 100-hour-a-week corporate job with Anderson Consulting, wearing a 3-piece suit and tie. And I actually really delighted in that in many aspects, but I knew that it wasn't truly bringing me the happiness that I deeply desired. So from that point on, I said, you know what, I'm going to leave corporate America, and I went to Peace Corps. I lived in Peru for 2.5 years in rural indigenous villages, and I helped people create biointensive organic agricultural farms. And during that time, I was doing yoga and meditation and nutrition and finding purpose from the minute I woke up in the morning until the minute I went to bed. And really, the whole methodology started to come together during that time where I was really slowing down and tuning into nature and tuning into my own true heart.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. That's great. So meeting, I mean, you know, when you see people in the world or meeting clients for the first time, what would you say are some of the more common misalignments?
Yeah.
Some of the symptoms of maybe I don't want to say sickness, but
The people are out of alignment.
yeah.
Generally, I find most people are stressed out, overworked, don't sleep, have lower back pain, don't feel vibrant, and they really want to make a shift. They just don't know how. So they come to me and they're like, Jordan, I don't know what to do. And it's interesting because the answer is not, oh, just do some yoga poses, or oh, just meditate, or oh, volunteer somewhere, or oh, change your diet. It's everything. And so you have to put all the pieces together to create this holistic type of transformation in your life. And that's what I do.
Fit the pieces together.
Put the pieces together, yeah.
That's great. Now, here at Wanderlust,
Yeah.
you're teaching, what's the class you're teaching?
So I'm teaching a class, it's called Grow Yourself, and it's all about relieving stress, reducing pain and strain, and upping your game. So what I'm teaching people here specifically at Wanderlust is really how to align their body with their mind and also with their heart to move in the direction, again, of what they desire. Here it's much more about the physical body, the breath, and meditation. But what I'm offering very different is I'm being very clear about how people in their physical body can use biomechanical principles to align and heal from any injuries or pain they have. Because when the body is clear, generally the mind can be clear, and then it's from that place that you can truly and most exquisitely live a life of beauty.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a really great mission you've got.
It's fun. I really love it myself. And it's funny because I had this, revelation, which comes often these days, but every day I've been waking up lately like, wow, I'm really glad I started a company called Your Life Aligned because my life is aligned. And it actually forces me to align my life. Like if I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I have to go teach yoga again, my company sort of wouldn't work. So, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel amazing. I have to share this with people. It's my dharma, it's my duty, it's my responsibility in the world to help all of you find more peace and more light in your life. And I've been so blessed with the most amazing teachers in the world, and I've studied yoga and meditation, on multiple continents in multiple countries with the leading teachers and masters all over the world, and it's just fitting that I offer that back in some way. It's my responsibility on this planet to help people in that way and empower people to just even get a taste of what I feel every day, because I'm stoked to be alive. And I love every day fully. Of course, that doesn't mean that there aren't times that are difficult, but through these practice, I can pretty easily, skillfully navigate those things. And then, in a short turnaround time, be right back to feeling amazing.
Yeah, and thanks for bringing that point in, because it is important to recognize, it's a beautiful day. We're on the mountain smiling, but sometimes it rains and, the bills are due. And
I love when it rains, and I love when life gets really challenging. Because when life gets really challenging, look, we all have intense challenges in our life that are going to really test us.
Yeah.
and that are going to be difficult, and that are going to be hard. Our hearts are going to be broken. We're going to there's life and death. We're going to lose people that are dear to us. And it's really powerful to be in that and also know how to deal with that. So the thing is, when those hard times come, every time I'm going through a super hard time in my life, I know so clearly that I'm going to learn the most. It's those times of the darkness where the potency of the light is totally ready to expand into its fullest fertility. So it's like you plant seeds in the dark, and then what happens? They create and grow into fruit. But the darkness is where I always learn the most. So at the times when life is the hardest and I'm like, this is miserable, I say like, but I know I'm going to learn so much from this. So this is awesome at the same time. So I try and keep all that perspective all at once.
Well, that's great. That's what makes you a good life coach. You know, life is terrible. I'm staying in bed.
Yeah.
But that's,
I'm like, life is terrible. I'm going to learn so much right now. Sweet.
Bravo.
Yeah,
No,
so it's fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share with us today before we...
I guess if I, had sort of one message that I would deliver to my students and to the various people that I work with, and even my friends in Peru and the people that I've lived with in tribes in Africa and in villages in Peru and people in Tribeca, New York City, my beloved students, the one message I have to really offer is just love your life. You get one shot at this. We have one opportunity to fully experience this world and this embodiment. Do it fully. Enjoy it. It's too short. It's too short to be like down in the dumps and not find a way to lift out. So do your practices, meditate, do some yoga, eat healthy food, smile at people, be kind to others. Advanced yoga is not putting your legs behind your head. And who cares if you could balance on your hands and have your leg behind your head? Yeah, it's a fun party trick you could do at a yoga festival, but just be a good person in the world. Be nice to each other. And that's the deepest yoga. That's what I'd like to offer. Let's all just be sweeter and nicer to each other. And that's what will really make the world a happier and a healthier place.
Well, thank you so much, Jordan.
Thank you.
I feel slightly more aligned
Excellent.
in our time together.
Thank you.
So namaste to you.
Namaste to you too. Blessings. Thank you.